Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things. Everton 1, Luton Town 2 at Goodison. Another home defeat for Everton. It's 7 in their last 8 home games. 13 in the last 19, I believe. 8 goals scored since February. The awful statistics go on and on and on. It's 3 out of, well, no, we've lost all 4 home games this season. But we have actually scored a goal today, albeit a very scruffy one. And a positive one, and probably the only positive out the whole day, was Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring again. I thought he worked hard, completed 90 odd minutes, worked hard. Other than that, there's no positives to take from that today, 0. And I haven't listened to what the manager said about the game, but I'm not buying into the stats and wrong decisions and the feel of the game and all. I'm not buying that today. Sorry. Keep getting beat at home. It's unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. The first thing I want to talk about is our home form, which is utterly shambolic. Absolutely woeful. It is. The manager, I don't know what they do. I don't know what their planning is for Goodison. Honestly, I don't know. We go away and we play counter-attacking football, and we're happy to give the opposition the ball, and we're happy being organised. And I get it, there's no emphasis on us trying to play football. We let you on the break and we'll try and stay in games, and he's done that all right. Everton have been okay, bar Villa when they were absolutely abysmal. At home, we've been terrible under him. And I don't know how we can change that, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's the same thing. You go the game, well, I do, and I have hope. Like today, I thought we'd comfortably beat Luton. I did. I thought we'd have to work hard, but comfortably, I mean, we have more quality. You can see that. Taking anything away from them, they have not spent hardly any money, but they're not a very good side. They're a big, physical championship side, is what they look like. But I'm not having a go at them. They haven't spent the money that we've spent, so you get it. But I thought we beat them today. We're coming off the back of 2 good results. I thought the confidence will be up. We'll go on the front foot. The manager will pick it an attacking side, and he didn't. And we've lost any emphasis. There's nothing about Goodison Park now that worries anybody. I've heard their manager, just a quote from him saying, I fancied us today. Luton Town, not won a game, only scored goals from penalties. Come here and said, I fancy us to win. Because, and rightly so we should have done as well. We're terrible at home. And that means everybody should fancy themselves at Goodison. I'm sure Bournemouth will come next week, haven't won a game yet. We'll come thinking we'll beat these. And I couldn't sit here now and tell you that we'll win, because I actually fancy Bournemouth again next week, because I just don't know what we're doing at home. We played a formation today that was an away formation. The core is non-existent in most home games. He might pop up with the odd goal, but away from home he's key, because obviously we play differently. James Garner trying to shoehorn him into the team on the right hand side. This really should have been 2, isn't it? Let's go to 2. 1 is Goodison and it's terrible. We've got to correct it. I don't know how we do. Different tactics. Get on the front foot. Don't stop running. That's how you make Goodison, because the crowd, who were silent today, won't respond to nonsense which they're watching. The second thing is tactics today. Some of the team selection. Why is Ashley Young playing today? Nathan Patterson's fit, has just played the filler. Why is Ashley Young playing right back? I don't get it. We've needed energy to them, saying Patterson's been brilliant, because he hasn't. And the sad thing is, sad, but just because someone should have laid claim to this right back spot, is that Seamus Coleman walks straight back into this side at the moment. Because Patterson hasn't took his chance. Young, for me, isn't good enough to play there. Good utility player, good to tuck in and do a job now and again. But when you need energy at home, he wouldn't have played there for me. Garner wouldn't have played on the right. He tried that against Fulham and Wolves. It didn't work either time. doesn't work. He doesn't work on the right-hand side. Play him, by all means, if you want to play James Garner, if you think he deserves to start today, then play him in the middle of midfield. And that's really where he should have gone. Be brave. Tactically woeful today from the manager. Really, really poor. And the players, really poor as well. Just one of them. I'd love to say it's just one of those days. I would. Honestly, I'd love to be sat here and we've won a few of the last few home games and gone, we were awful today. Manager got it wrong. Players didn't respond. Just one of those days. But it's following a familiar pattern. When do we look and go, we keep playing and getting beat at home? How many times? I used it against Fulham. I said, it's disappointing, but we had all the chances and we had those moments, and if we take them and blah, 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 we win again. But it just keeps going on. It just keeps rolling into the next one, into the next one. How many times can you go, oh, we had chances, didn't we? And that second half was diabolical. It was as bad as anything you'll see. There was no clue what we were doing, apart from tossing it up to Dom and hoping he could win it. That isn't a tactic. For me, it's not. It's not good enough. It's just really poor. And it was born out, for me, of the wrong players. And then putting them on, Patterson on late on, and putting Dan Juma on with 5 or 6 minutes to go. I mean, what's that about? Dwight McNeil was awful. Was awful today. He's been, last year, brilliant. Second half of the season, tremendous. He's not up to speed at the moment. Today, he was awful. And he should have been hooked after 70 minutes. And he wasn't. He was left on for another thing. You give him Dan Juma. I'm saying Dan Juma was amazing, but you're trying to put Luton to give them a different challenge. And it's really, really, it's so frustrating, and it's horrible to watch, because you're watching the club. We keep going to Goodison and hoping something's going to happen. You walk out with a defeat. I'm fed up of sitting there looking at the clock with 15 minutes left and we're chasing the game. It's becoming, honestly. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. Third talking point. I wanted to finish on a positive, but I don't think there is one today. I don't think there is a positive. The referee, he was awful, but he is awful, Anthony Taylor. This hadn't time on. Luton wasted time from the first minute. Goalkeeper moving the ball around, 25 seconds between goal kicks. They must have had every player go down as if they were dead, and all that. And it's up to. I don't blame Luton for doing it. They're the stuff you do away, and they're gonna need to do that to get any results this season. The referee's got to stamp it out. Allowed them to do it. Allowed them to do whatever. They were taking throw-ins 20 yards higher up the pitch. The goalkeeper, like you said, is moving things around. Players are rolling around like they finished, and then the next minute they're back on the pitch, and he allowed it to go on. But the extra time bit at the end is the thing, really, that just winds me up. There should have been at least 10, 11, 12 minutes injury time there. The amount of subs there was, the amount of that time they're arsing about on the floor, there was easily 10, 11, 12 minutes. And he played 7. But to be honest, if I'm being perfectly honest, he could have played 39 extra minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Everton wouldn't have scored today. So there you go. I couldn't find anything upbeat to finish with. So there you go. If you're the person who met me after the game from Dorset, I hope you had a safe journey home. Got up at 4 o'clock to come this morning to come up and watch that. So there's, brilliant support, but you deserve better. Right, thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you want, subscribe if you want, or put as much effort in as Everton and the coaching staff have done this weekend. See you later.